All right. Konami Software. I thought this was Konami Soccer, but it is Konami's Soccer. It's very possessive. I think I think the volume was right the last time we did this, but if it goes a bit too Maya, then let me know. So yeah, I booted this up just to check that my MSX emulate was working fine, but past that, I haven't played a second of this. I don't think this is going to be a video, this one in particular, that's going to take too long to go through, but hey, it's science, it's got to be done. I'm curious, like, if this is actually the kind of origins of Pro Evolution Soccer. Is this where it started? Is this what eFootball is now? I guess the question is this better than eFootball? That remains to be seen. I mean, it's not quite your licensed music, but I will take this over Kasabian, in fairness. Alright, here we go. I gotta go pink. Hang on. I've never seen that before in how to select who your computer opponent is. You literally have to, like, nudge it along with your 1P cursor. Never seen that before. Alright. Okay, well, let's shove you along to some hot white, and I'm going to be pink. It fucking is, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, maybe that's where they got the Babaru's U idea from. Who knows? Let's be the Regals against the... How the fuck do I get over to the other side? Oh, okay. Alright, never mind. We're going against the Stones. Look at those outfits. That is like some Billy Gunn fucking Mr. Ass late 90s era. Alright. What we got control-wise? What even is the control mapping for an MSX controller? Who knows? Alright, so I'm using an Xbox controller. I don't know what... I've never actually seen an MSX controller before, so I'm not even going to try and, like, work out in my head what it would be mapped to. But so we're just going to go with the Xbox controller scheme. So I've got A, and that's doing nothing. I've got B. B kind of looks to be passed, but the frame rate makes it sort of difficult to tell. Oh, hey, we can slide tackle. Nice. So that button doesn't actually do anything when you're on the attack. What about Y? What do you do? Doesn't do anything. Okay, can I do anything other than pass? Is pass and shoot the same button? Oh, it's almost a through ball. I'm trying to register, like, in 985, did they have the idea of holding down to, like, apply more pressure or more power to your shot? I will say this, it is not entirely unplayable. Don't know where the goalkeeper is. What the fuck are you doing? With your Hulk Hogan tan and Fu Manchu. Because it's, and I was saying about this on the last stream, that what I'm trying to do is make sure that when I play these games, to try and be as open-minded as I can. Like, think about the game in the context of the time. Which isn't always easy, like, admittedly, you know. If I was to go and play International Superstar Soccer or Pro Evolution, I'm probably going to have a better time with that than this. But, I don't know, I feel like for 1985, because I've gone back and I've tried to play... like, a bunch of those games, or a bunch of, like, Atari 2600, or Atari 5200, and, like, there was that Atari collection from the other year, and you play anything on that for about 3 seconds, and it's either like, okay, I get this, or, okay, this is completely unplayable, or I can't decipher what it is that I need to do, but this is working. Although I have... Am I going to the other... I'm going to... wait, what side am I on? So you don't swap sides in this, you're on the same side for both halves. And the keeper is quite thick, apparently. Like, the slide tackle's fairly effective. I have no idea if you can foul. Like, there doesn't seem to be anything that tracks, because I've slid tackle from, like, the front and behind, and it doesn't seem to make any difference. I wanted that clean sheet. I'm trying to think with this outfit, like, what nationality, what country could I be? What country or what club team plays in hot pink? Ah, oh, Perla, top bins. It kind of looks like Mario, actually, now I think about it. My character, at least. Like, there's a little bit of Jumpman in there, for sure. I've just realized there's the arrow behind the goal, and I'm guessing, like, maybe when you hold down to fire, or shoot, should be the better term, like, maybe that determines where it is that you aim on the screen. So instead of, like, how much power you put on and where you try and aim it, it uses that to determine where it actually aims on the screen. Which is an interesting way of doing it, I guess. But, like, there's an actual sense of depth, I guess. Like, it's not 3D, obviously, but, you know, you can see the ball curl, you can see the ball kind of rise off the ground. It's... This is alright. This is alright. And not just because I won. Go Regals. I don't feel like I need to play another game. I feel like I have what I need from this. But I just want to have a look at least at, like... This is it in terms of options. But, man, some of these... The shorts are at a level like that. That is Frankie Goes to Hollywood in terms of, like, outfit design. Yeah. But this is it. This is the game. I mean, again, we're dealing with 1985 here, so this isn't exactly that much of a shocker. But this is alright. This is alright. I don't think top bins is actually possible. Like I'm holding down the shoot button for a good few seconds, and there's only so much elevation that I think is possible. How many buttons does an MSX controller have? Or is it... was that just a keyboard, maybe? I don't actually know off the top of my head. I've never actually looked at one. I feel like it was a personal computer, so it was probably a keyboard. Maybe there was a controller peripheral, but I'm not sure. Maybe that was for the MSX too. We'll get to half-time of this, and then I think we'll be good. But I'd like to get at least another shot on target, because I do want to see, with the arrows, if it's doing what I think it's doing. Yeah, I think that's how the arrows work, which I've never seen done in a football game before. I guess, you know, like, depending on if you are using a keyboard, like, it's probably harder to try and actually aim for a corner, so this is a way to get around that. Come on, I can't even get the ball out of my own half. Oh, he keeps it on, he keeps it on. Shit. I panicked. Should have waited for the arrow to go to the other side. But you know what? I tell you what. If I was 6 or 7 years old and it was 1985 and I had this and I had someone else to play with, I think there's many an hour that could be had with this game. Foiled at the last second. I think we'll leave it for there on that one. So that was Konami Soccer for the MSX. And yeah, I think that, like, shockingly holds up. And I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Like, you know, Konami are capable, despite their recent attempts over the last couple of years when it comes to their football products. But you know, for a 1985 release, I think there's enough depth in there where you could probably play a couple of rounds of that and it doesn't feel like it's exactly the same every time. I think using the arrow going up and down on the goal net is probably, you know, a way to get around that. Like, trying to aim with a keyboard is probably quite tricky. And I think that's kind of a useful, a decent way to kind of circumvent that. Certainly because it definitely doesn't feel like there's any, like, weight if you hold down for long enough that you'll do, like, a more powerful shot. I think it's just kind of tracking, because you can see, like, the players are flashing that you're aiming towards. So I think it literally just, you hit it and it goes towards that player. So it is a little bit different compared to, you know, like, any other football game I've played for the last 30 odd years. But it does kind of make sense for its time and place. And do you know what? It's all right. I think I'm going to put it above European Soccer League. European Soccer League is just... and again, we're trying to kind of do this by looking it through the lens of like its time and limitations that it would have had. But like European Soccer League has no excuse for 2001, and I feel like I'm going to probably say that quite a few times when it comes to that game, that it doesn't have the excuse to feel as shoddy as it does for you know, a 21st century football game basically. I can't go that insane to say that I think I put this above Acura Soccer. That would be a bit mental, but I think it's going to be really interesting with other games that we play going forward, like trying to use the lens of its time and context to see like how high Konami Soccer can stay up. I mean, as soon as we start getting into like the real heavyweights, obviously it's got no chance. But do you know what? For the moment, you, my friend, let's just put you into 5th. And Konami Soccer takes the 4th spot. So yeah, good job, Konami. If I feel like this is probably your first football game. I didn't do enough research to do a deep dive into it, but again, we're talking very early on, so I'm presuming it is. So if that is the case, then good job. Thumbs up for that one.